you written your bucket list yet? And if you have, do you have ice skating on there? Today we've got a fascinating story. We're going to meet 3 members of the Silverblades. So these are all people who have taken up ice skating later in life, and one's a gentleman who took up ice skating at the age of 60 and he's still skating into his 70s. So let's meet the Silverblades. Hi Kelly, and welcome to the show.
Carol, thanks for having me.
It's very exciting what you're doing with the Silverblades there. The group sounds like such a fun group. And I know that your background is back in the US. You were skating when you were a child up to about 14. And then you threw it all away. Then all of a sudden, 30 odd years later, you went, oh, I think I want to do it again. How did that happen?
Just by chance, really. I was looking in the local leader newspaper and they had an ad advertising for new members for this adult skating group. I had young children. And then once they got to primary school, I found myself having a little bit more time. So I thought, no, you know what, I'm going to go down and give it a try.
Yeah, and it sounds like lots of fun. What's the general philosophy of the club?
Look, it is very relaxed. It is for adult skaters who, of all levels. It doesn't matter whether you've never touched the ice before or whether you're coming back after a long break. But we just offer a very secure, supportive, controlled environment where people can learn something new, have a bit of fun, socialize, and keep fit at the same time.
So you meet, is it once a week? What's the general format of how you operate?
It's generally of a Wednesday morning. And generally you get down there, you've got some free time just to sort of do your own thing and practice. We do give quite a lot of attention to the real beginners, and all the members sort of contribute to helping them and giving them some guidance. We then have an accredited coach come, and then we have a group lesson together. And it really is, you do what's in your comfort zone, you do what you want, you don't do what you're not comfortable with.
So if someone does have physical limitations, like as you get older, and you've got older members that might have dodgy knees or backs or hips or something, how do you sort of cope with all that?
Well, it's very much just skating within your comfort zone. Obviously, anybody with severe limitations might want to try skating. And we do have people that have ongoing injuries and back injuries and things. And they just, they take it easy. And like I said, it's all about working within your comfort zone and not pushing yourself too much. But all of that's supported.
And how have you kept the group going through the different stages of lockdown?
It's been challenging. So at the beginning, we really didn't do much apart from chat with each other over Facebook and phone and things like that. So I'd put the call out to say, hey, why don't we just meet at the local park and do some exercise together? And then of course that was shut down again. So then we just sort of said, well, why don't we just do it on Zoom? And so every Wednesday now at 10 o'clock, there's usually about 12 of us that meet on Zoom, and we blast the tunes and we do some exercises, busting out a move. We're doing the YMCA, just anything to keep us connected and keep us active and keep us focused on getting back on the ice.
Normally you work towards doing a show at the end of the year and you get all dressed up. Can you tell us about what happens with the shows?
And I have to say, not everybody does it. Not everybody is into the costumes and the makeup and the show, and that's perfectly fine. It's not a requirement. We do put on a Christmas show every year. The group goes out and does a group number, and that's choreographed, and we get costumes, and it is a whole lot of fun. And we include anybody who wants to be in it. Whether you can just about stand up on ice, it doesn't matter.
And would you know how old the oldest skater has been in your club?
Our eldest member, unfortunately, she's gone for a couple of years now, due to, she's passed on, but she was 81 and she was coming on the ice. And Shirley, God bless her soul, she was in the middle of chemotherapy, and she would come with her chemo bottle in her pocket and she would be on that ice. She was amazing.
So how long do you plan on skating till?
Until I'm told that I can't. I don't know if I'd listen even then, but look, as long as I possibly can, so long as it's safe to do so, I'll continue to do so. But I'm loving it so much more as an adult than I ever did as a child.
So if someone's sitting at home watching this at the moment, they've never skated before, they did 40 years ago or something, what advice would you give them?
Now is the time. It is not a difficult sport. Go down to your local rink. Most of them will have an adults group. that you can go to just to be in a supportive, controlled environment. There'll be rental skates. You don't really need anything apart from warm clothing, some decent socks, and a pair of gloves. And you can rock on up and give it a go. Meet some new people, learn some new things. But it's a fantastic sport. It is an all year round, not weather dependent sport. In terms of our group, it's probably about the best bunch of adults you'd ever want to meet.
Well, I have to tell you, I think you've inspired me to give it a go.
See you down there when the rink opens up, Carol.
Yeah, that'd be okay. Well, stay tuned. Thanks so much for your time. Watch the space, that's right. So thanks so much for your time today, Kelly. That's been so inspirational for everybody out there. So don't be surprised when things open up, you get a whole lot more people rock up.
I look forward to it. Thanks, Carol. And thanks for all your work in keeping everybody active.
It's a pleasure. Thanks, Kelly. Hi, John. Thanks for coming on the show.
No worries, Carol.
The show is called Over 50 So What? And you are a living example of age is just a number.
It is.
You're a member of the Silverblades and you'd never done skating in your life, and then you were 60 and you decided to start ice skating. Can you tell us a bit about how that happened?
I've been doing some cross-country skiing, and I struggle to hold my balance long enough when I ski on one leg or on the other. So someone mentioned to me that if I tried skating, it would improve my sense of balance. And that worked out. I used to go along on a weekend morning, and they had group classes, and I'd join the group class and slide around a bit.
And how did you find your first lesson? Were you a bit apprehensive about going into your first lesson?
Oh yeah, and stepping onto the ice, and it's slithery, and then they give you this exercise where you're supposed to sort of go like that. See if I can do it on the screen. Go in that movement with your feet on the ground like that, and as you draw your feet in, you're supposed to sort of somehow go forward. But nothing would happen. I would just be standing there. It used to feel a little bit threatening at first.
And you're 73 now.
Yeah.
How long do you think you'll keep skating for?
Yeah, that's a good question. I met a guy who was in his 80s still skating. I don't think there's any reason I should stop before that.
What would you recommend to someone who's starting off that, maybe 50, 60 or more and have never skated before, like yourself? What would you say to them?
I'll definitely give it a go. But you've just got to allow a bit of time. You can't expect to be able to skate like the other people for quite a while.
Safety was always of concern for you?
It was a concern, yep. So if someone who's over 50, I would recommend that they get all the safety gear. So I've brought along some safety gear here, so you can see. So here's my wrist guard, and here's my elbow guard. So I have a couple of those. And then I've got a knee guard. I don't know if it's quite coming up on your screen.
Yes, it's up there.
And then I put on my helmet. Helmet's definitely recommended.
What keeps you going? Why do you like it so much?
Well, with the Silverblades, it's a group that's been together for, some of them have been there for years, and it's a very friendly group. So that's part of it, is seeing friends, but also it's a movement like no other. Sort of gliding across the ice is just magic.
For all these people that are watching at the moment, what would you say to them? Someone who's just sitting at home thinking, I need to do something to keep fit.
But I'd recommend for anyone over 50 that they do some exercises that improve their sense of balance. So it could be riding a bike, or dancing, or skating, or skiing, all those kinds of activities. And it's so important. When I skate, when I walk out of the skating rink, I can feel myself walking more with more balance.
Oh, that's great to hear. Well, thanks for joining us today. The three of you have been a total inspiration. So when things open up, I'm sure we'll see some more older ones out there hitting the ice.
On you, Carol.
Thanks,
See
John.
ya.
Thanks, John.
See ya.
Are you inspired to take up ice skating? That's an interesting one, isn't it? I mean, I love the idea of getting dressed up, putting on shows, having lots of fun. Now, if you want more information on ice skating or falls prevention, just jump on the website, jump on Facebook, and remember, all the show replays and fitness videos are on YouTube. So thanks for hanging out with me today. Be active, stay safe. I'm Carol, over 50. So what? Thanks for watching our TV show. Be sure to hit subscribe and we'll send you the latest TV episodes and videos. Like our Facebook page and please send us your comments, your stories and any inspiring people that you know. Over 50, so what?